Dear Robert, thank you very much that you're back in Switzerland, and thank you for having been my teacher for many years now.
It's my pleasure. I'm so happy to see you again and to be back in Switzerland.
Yeah. So we are both practicing Kriya Yoga, and you've been teaching me Kriya techniques. Like for someone who has never heard about Kriya Yoga, people think usually yoga, all asana and all working with the body. What is Kriya Yoga? How would you explain it these days?
Well, it's this marvelous science. It allows a person to bring this change energetically, but in its essence, it allows a person to express their heart right through these techniques, and it gives them this apprehension of divinity.
Beautiful.
And it gives people superlative contentment when that happens.
So they can take it into their daily lives.
Right. The techniques are designed to help people in their daily life. You learn how to meditate with your eyes open, but not be in a trance-like state, to have this normal state and to be able to see light. The way you can see light around my head and I can see light around your head, light emanating. It changes things. You're speaking to your boss, your mother-in-law, it's whatever it is, and it just takes this little shift of your attention. And it helps you, it helps them. It's very precious. It's really about the practical life.
Yeah, and I can support that because I've experienced it myself, being in difficult meetings or having difficult situations and just doing the techniques, and just how it helps to stay calm, to stay in the personal power sort of, and in the strength, and not go into the emotional states.
Yeah, it's just it's developing these kind of pathways and developing this more judicious thinking and the use of the will just to have that power to allow you to be positive, to have your full integrity and not, start to apprehend and, respond when people are a bit negative. So it's a great benefit.
And why did Yogananda call it like the rocket of all the techniques? Why is it the fastest way to God, divinity, enlightenment?
Well, this is Lahiri Baba. This technique was introduced to Lahiri Baba. And at that time, people didn't believe you could do this as a householder. Because in India, even in the 20th, even now, people would devote their whole life, sadhus, doing techniques. There was no way you could do it if you worked in the world. It's a science. And the reason Yogananda said that, with even a little bit of practice, you develop these pathways where you can instantly activate the crown of your head, which is the whole goal of yoga, to have that happiness, that experience of your own nature. And this is why it's like a rocket ship. It's like that kind of power.
What kind of pathways you mean? Can you explain?
Well, the body is the most miraculous way it's constructed, just around the nervous system. I think 200 billion neurons, 10,000 different types, and all of our consciousness, everything we're perceiving, feeling, all our skills, they all take place through this platform, and it's a platform for light. Electromagnetic radiation is what the nerves are expressing, and that's what consciousness is. And it's part of that platform, but it's every cell. The fascia conducts light. They see that now. It's conducting information, but it literally affects every cell of the body. Your whole field is related in this kind of miraculous way.
And then when our field changes, when we change within, our reality here, what we perceive as the outside in this dualistic world, also changes with it, right?
It does change. And, really the essence of it. And this principle of all life and creation is coherence. Because now they understand all the biology, all the quadrillions of chemical reactions, it's all being transmitted through light. And the more coherent those signals are, the better the communication. And everybody knows this just in the act of speaking. You have to have the frequencies right so people can hear. So it's a whole process. The techniques develop this coherence at every level. It literally is this movement of light that attends consciousness, but attends all the functions of the body to give us health too.
Mhm.
It's really that the way the religions talk about, all the religions, about this battle between darkness and
Mhm.
light,
Mhm.
it's about coherence and dissonance.
Mhm.
The more coherent, the more things become clear, the more you can actually see and feel this whole greater reality
That
that's
is going
right here
on.
and now, right in our bodies, in others, and it just connects us to reality.
Mhm. What does the initiation actually do? Why do we go through the initiation as opposed like to hatha yoga where you just can do the asanas and do any technique? Like why do we go through initiation?
During the initiation, well, first of all, researchers have long seen how the body responds, both at the cellular level, not just the mind, how the body responds to outside signals of light,
Mm.
information.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a transmission of light. I'll be saying the mantras and conducting light through my hands, with my attention, with my heart. And there's light right in the mantras. It's filled with information. But my teacher, Paramahansa Yogananda, initiated by Sri Deswar, he's involved. Other divine personages are involved. So it's it's a transmission of light that the body responds to. It creates new neural networks in milliseconds. This is how researchers understand this. And it's through those new neural networks that people are able to see inner light, to see this light in the world, light around people, light right in the air, to hear inner sound. Because these networks develop in the upper cortex,
Mm.
the higher part of the brain. So this is, and plus the initiation is a purification.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
A
purification.
purification. So it's through this purification and this activation, which are interwoven,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that people are all, then through the experience of light, sound, and energy, then they can practice Kriya
Mm-hmm.
and also have these experiences in their daily life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about it just before upstairs. We talked about like all these thoughts that we have during the day, the fears, going into the past, going into the future, worry, thinking about situations that are over with, we didn't handle very well. So basically, or like the way I take it into my daily life, and you probably too, maybe you have another suggestion, is also like it brings me again and again into the here and now, and it brings me into this connection, right, with the divine, with the divinity, and just to relax into it. I literally feel like I'm relaxing into it, into this, just bathing in it.
Exactly. You just come into that resonance,
Mm.
and it's so soothing, it's so healing, but it's a challenge for every person. This power of the mind, but as Yoganandaji said, he could see, and before people understood about neurons fully, he could see, he compared it to a phonograph, how
Mm.
the grooves are in the plastic,
Mm-hmm.
in the vinyl, and how there's just similar grooves through the brain. And so it's these neural pathways. But with this type of meditation, it's, of course, it's developing pathways. It happens no matter what you're doing, whatever you're giving your attention to. But with the techniques, it's also doing metaplasticity that affects other networks you're not focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give a quick example. A short study, it was over 8 weeks, people were meditating. They looked at the part of the brain that gives you anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
the neural density near the
Mm-hmm.
amygdala. And they also looked at one other part in the higher brain. After only 8 weeks of meditation, the neural density had reduced in the area that allows you to be anxious.
Mm.
This was the only
It's
thing they
only
looked
8 weeks.
at. 8
Wow.
weeks. And so they had less capacity to have that anxiety, that worry, that
Mm-hmm.
concern. And it facilitated, it was, I believe, in the hippocampus. But this area, the neural density increased to allow this higher function to be in the present.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all we have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where people find divinity. Not some enlightenment in the future. It's right in the present. So as you know, this is a science to help us put our higher mind through our heart.
Mm-hmm. 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 Is it going to help to have a more content life, fulfilled life? Do you feel fulfilled, Robert, now?
I can say, like I have issues like everybody else, but someone asked me the other day, and I really thought couldn't be happier. I mean, I just couldn't be happier. It's just, you have this
Gratitude?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows when you feel gratitude, it kind of precipitates reverence. And then with reverence, your heart with gratitude, your heart changes. And then your whole field changes. And then it helps bring these epiphanies where you just, you recognize kind of the wonder, the greatness, this happiness, all these attributes of God, the beauty of things. And this forever changes us.
I think it also removes like the drama. I feel like it's less and less drama, like the illusions, the drama, where the mind gets like so involved into all these.
Yeah. It's so interesting because now scientists can see exactly, and it's very complex. There's nothing simple about the brain, but those networks are called the narrative mode network, the default mode network. It means the stories, because the dramas are all based upon stories we have of the future, the past, this person, ourselves. But the spiritual life, the practice is connecting those networks into the higher networks. That's what the spiritual path is for everyone, having their consciousness, their awareness in the moment, like you said, in the present. It's not a story of the past, it's right in the present. Yeah.
And in the present, we can really allow ourselves to be, just to be.
To be,
That's enough.
Right. Just to be, but right in the moment like that, then you're able to be receptive to everything, but also to be able to conduct this transmission of light through your contentment, through your happiness, through that just.
And just to clarify, light being also in this dualistic world, the opposite of darkness, and all these worrisome, these negative thoughts that bring us down, that drain the energy, people having all these burnouts and being so tired and exhausted from life, from drama. So the light is really like cleansing.
And it's coherent. And it's the light's in our mind. It's literally electromagnetic. All the cells too. But it's all signals, all information. The heart's radiating so much information. It's all this exchange of light, but it requires coherence, unity, harmony. But it's the worry, the apprehension, the regret, the kind of the shame, the condemnation.
Frustration.
Yeah, it's just, you can feel it's dissonant. And literally the frequencies of light are in a discordant way. And they can't really communicate. And it affects every cell, every organ when we're like that. But that's the light, is that coherence that allows this whole profusion of unimaginable electromagnetic radiation that all has information and purpose. It's what consciousness resides there. So it's
consciousness, but also every cell, like you said before. I love that. How many billions?
Nobody's counted. It takes like 80 years, but they estimate. Some people estimate 100 trillion cells, and 50 years ago, Baba would say how each cell had consciousness and had a field, and now cellular biologists really understand the intelligence, the consciousness, how you can separate a cell from our body, and they can do on average 100,000 things that are so complex in 1 second. Some biologists call them mini civilizations, but we have maybe 100 trillion of them, but they all have a field of consciousness. And Baba said what Kriya is doing is expanding the consciousness in every field. And it's through light, through that coherence. And it's because we only exist here because of all this metabolic activity. So it's about expanding that, every living cell.
Yeah, and I think this is also why Yogananda always said enlightenment is only possible through the body. We have the body. That was his sentence, right?
No, it's
Mm.
because of here, and it's a unique situation. What I mean is that in our body, because of what the body is and what it contains, because it is a microcosm. My wife had me go to a physician who would magnify the blood 20,000 times. And you look at it, and it looked like the primordial pool. Because there's some macrophages there chasing bacteria, and it looks like horrifying.
Battle.
Yeah, but that's in all of us. So what I'm saying, all of creation is in us. The whole process is there, from the microbes coming up. So when we conduct this coherent light, it goes through the spectrum of creation. It's why the divine person just come here and ask people to pray, how Mary's appeared in so many apparitions, asking us here to pray, because Yogananda's right, it's the body. This whole, it's a very special vehicle.
And we go through the experience only here, being on this planet Earth.
Yeah, well, I guess there's
other.
Now that they've been able to, astronomy now, as they've seen, they keep finding other stars like ours that have planets that they think can support life. And now the number keeps getting bigger and bigger, into millions and millions of stars they know are there. And that's just our galaxy that could have life similar to what we have here, with water and carbon. And so
who knows?
Who knows? And the number of galaxies keep going up. Now they're estimating, they're so big I can't even say, 100 billion. They keep seeing more and more galaxies. So, but for here now, here, we have these bodies and their vehicles.
Might as well use them.
We don't have a choice.
Yeah, we don't have a choice. And my friend whom I'm doing the podcast with, she said something really nice. She was like, it's so important that if we don't have to, chase food or run after food, make sure that we have enough to eat, that we have water, we have everything we need, especially here where we live, that we use our consciousness and practice, and don't just basically abuse it, with the just drama and shopping and consuming.
You're right. It is. You're right. The biological imperative. You see how people just struggle to get enough food, to have clean water, to have the necessities of life, to have shelter. It's makes the world what it is. But yes, to have that opportunity to evolve. It's what everything's for.
Every day of my life.
Yeah, I was very sick a while ago. I had no idea what it was like to really be sick. And I just couldn't believe what people go through. I was so embarrassed. I thought I knew something about it. I knew nothing. But now I'm so grateful I could sit right here. I can walk. I can do the things I couldn't do. So
fly to Switzerland.
Yeah.
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 Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.